Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be unboxing and testing out this Harman Kardon Enchant 1100 Dolby Atmos Soundbar. Now I have previously tested out the Harman Kardon Enchant 900 and to be fair the sound quality was very good, but I didn't feel the sound was actually big enough for this size of room. But with the Enchant 1100 being physically bigger, having more speakers, hopefully it should deliver a bigger sound which should be more suited to larger rooms. Now before we get into the video, I just want to say a massive thanks to the UK electrical retailer Peter Tyson for sending over both of these soundbars for testing. Now if you want to pick up either of these soundbars, then you're going to be safe in the knowledge knowing if you purchase them from Peter Tyson, you're going to get yourself a free 6-year warranty, free delivery. They will aim to price match all their major competitors, and you can even trade in your old gear against the new soundbar. But the icing on the cake has got to be the amazing customer service, which is reflected by all the positive reviews left on Trustpilot. So many great reasons to make your next soundbar purchase from Peter Tyson, and I'll be putting links to both of these soundbars in the description. Okie dokie, let's crack on then, and first off we're going to take a quick look around the outside of the box, and I've brought in the Enchant 900 as well, just so we can see a couple of the key differences. So going in closer then, so this is the Harman Kardon Enchant 1100. Moving over to the left hand side and we can see it says Dolby Atmos, DTS:X and multi-beam. But if we go up to the Enchant 900, we can see that it is actually missing DTS:X, which is present on the 1100. Moving across, and it does go on to say about the powerful all-in-one soundbar with 11 drivers, multi-beam and true Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. But if we move up again to the Enchant 900, we can see that it only has 9 drivers. Moving across to the right hand side, and it goes on to say about works with Google Home, works with Apple AirPlay, works with Google Cast, Spotify, Room Ready, Bluetooth and compatible with Dolby Vision. Move around to the back of the box now and we get a great image which is a cutaway of the actual soundbar. So we get to see the layout of all the speakers there, and if we go in closer we can see the forward firing speakers on the Enchant 1100. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but moving up to the 900 and we only have 4. Okie dokie, let's get this box open now then. So I do like an unboxing of a brand new electrical product. Ooh. It smells lovely. Oh yeah. So first thing up, and I have this little pack just here, and we've got our quick start guide in there, product registration, a template, so if you want to wall mount it you can put that up on your wall so you know what you're doing. And next up we have the soundbar itself. So nicely packaged, nice bit of a cloth protecting it. And if I turn it around, because I've got it around the wrong way, there she blows. And just like the Enchant 900, yeah, it does look a nice quality bit of kit. Nice material on that. On the front and on the top, it is matching. If you come in a little bit closer, you can see we've got the Harman Kardon logo just there. We've got buttons there, minus and plus, and I believe that's our source button as well. And if we move it around to the side, we can see that we do in fact have a speaker in that end there, which you can see, and another in that end. But yeah, nice and weighty too. Some soundbars, they are very light, but this you can feel there is some decent quality parts going into this. And just flipping it around, and we can see that we've got a port just there, and another one just there as well. And then we've got all our inputs and outputs. So we've got one there for our power cable, HDMI in, HDMI out, which is marked up as TV, eARC/ARC, optical, USB and Ethernet. And finally on the bottom, if you see just there, got some nice rubber feet, so it shouldn't scratch any surfaces that you put it on. Now just for reference, I've got the Enchant 900 here, and if I just line them up like so, we can see the size difference just there. And yeah, it is quite a bit bigger, and like I said, more speakers too. Right, moving on then, and next up we have this box in the bottom, but you can't actually lift it out, so I have to open it up, or hidden behind here. So we do have some brackets. So yeah, a pair of brackets, and they are metal, matte finish, do look very nice. I believe these are for the wall mounting. And then next up, we have this little box just here. Ooh, what's in here? Sweets. Unfortunately not. It is some more metal pieces. Again, this is all part of the mounting system. Again, all quality to be fair. Next up, HDMI cable just there. That's nice that that is supplied. Then we have our power cable. I'm in the UK, 3-pin plug, and the other end is a figure of 8. And the last thing out of the box is the remote control. Matte finish on there. Fortunately, it is all plastic, which is a little bit disappointing, but still, Harman Kardon logo, quite minimalistic with the buttons. So we've got power at the top there, TV, Bluetooth, HDMI, volume up, down, mute, bass, moment, Atmos, surround, calibration, and play pause. Okie dokie, let's get this thing hooked up then, and it should be dead simple because we only actually have this soundbar and no rear speakers or sub. So first off, HDMI, I've already plugged one end into the HDMI eARC port on my TV, and we simply need to plug the other end into the HDMI eARC port on the soundbar, like so. And then finally, the figure of 8 power cable, plug that in like so, and that is the lot. It is as simple as that. But please don't put your speaker around that way. This is just for demonstration purposes. Otherwise, it'll be firing into the wall and sound absolutely pants. Next, we need to get this soundbar set up, and for that we're going to use the Harman Kardon One app, and that is available on Android and iOS. I'm using Android, I've already installed it, so let's open it up. The soundbar is already turned on, and hopefully, there we go, before I can even say it, it has detected that soundbar. So there we go, we can hear a tone. It's instructed me to press a button on the soundbar, which I'll do now. So that's all confirmed, going to connect to my Wi-Fi now. And like most electrical products these days, it has a software update. Right, that's the update all complete, and now it says, let's calibrate your product to get the best sound. So let's press on calibrate and see what happens. There we go, calibration completed, and it says feel the power. Let's give it a go. Yeah, that sounds good. So just a bit of test sound going on, and yeah, I can hear all different sounds there going around the room. Very impressive, just a small demonstration. Now, one of the best ways to control this soundbar is with the app. So let's take a quick look at what we can do. So we can go to remote control, and as you can see, we've got all the buttons on there, as we would do on the actual physical remote that we get supplied with the soundbar. So we've got our on-off button there. We can choose the different inputs, Bluetooth. We've got the volume there, and if you look, it is actually going up and down there on this soundbar, which is nice. So handy if you've got your phone, but maybe lost the remote. Coming back out of that, and if we scroll on down, we've got an equalizer there. Fine tune that sound to our personal preference. Moving on down a bit more, we've got a few other things going on. We've got more audio settings there. So we've got the audio sync and calibration if we wish to do that again. And then scrolling further on down, and then we come to moment, product settings, and product information. Now, of course, if you don't want to use the app, there are plenty of other ways that you can control the soundbar. Obviously, one being the remote control itself. And I've got to say, I do love how big the display is on the soundbar. So there you go, volume up, down, nice and big, easy to see from when you were sat on your sofa. Some are a little bit small on other soundbars, but this, yeah, nice and big. And talking about the soundbar, of course, we do have the buttons on the top just there. So again, we can turn the volume up and down, but hey, who's going to want to get off the sofa and press a physical button in this day and age? No one's going to want to do that. And if you haven't got your phone to hand and you haven't got the remote for the soundbar and you can't be bothered to move to get up to touch the button, then you can always use your remote control for your TV. Because we've connected it up to the eARC port on the TV, if we use the volume up and down, you can see that it does go up and down on the TV's display as well as on the soundbar itself. Right, let's now test out the sound on this soundbar. And first off, we're going to test out some movies that have Dolby Atmos. And hopefully, like I said, it should sound better than the Enchant 900, being a larger soundbar itself and having those extra speakers. And all the visuals that you're going to see are going to be playback on this absolutely stunning 65-inch LG G5 OLED. Reason why I'm mentioning that is because I know a lot of people in my previous video asked me what TV I was using. So yes, the LG G5 OLED, which is also available from Peter Tyson. And if you buy it now, they have some great deals on it. So without further ado, let's crack on.
No more silver tongue. You have joined a noble cause, my friend.
Well, that sounded pretty good to me, and it's definitely an improvement over the Enchant 900, which is no surprise. Those extra speakers you could definitely hear coming into play, and it just gives it more depth and just more volume, and in a larger room that is what you're going to want, but we still maintain the quality which we've seen on the Enchant 900 in my previous video. Now I've got to say, it is amazing what sound that you can get from an individual soundbar these days. Obviously this one being Atmos, we have the extra height sound going on, and I like the fact, and which you would have seen in the video, you can adjust from low, medium and high. When it comes to the width of the sound, again very impressive. As you can see, I've got a couple of IKEA units either side of the soundbar. Now I could have moved those out of the way, but this is a real world test. A lot of people will have furniture in the room, but despite those being there, the sound was really being thrown out wide, which I thought was very impressive. And we did get a sort of a rear effect going on, but not quite as good as you would get with a set of dedicated rear speakers. And if you do want my honest opinion, I would always say go for a soundbar that does have rear speakers. You can't beat physical speakers, and even better again, I would always say go for an amp and separate speakers, but then again, that is another level of money. But if you are on a limited budget, or you just can't accommodate rear speakers and a sub, then this is definitely one for the shortlist due to its amazing crystal clear sound quality and amazing build quality. So finally, we're going to test out some music, and I've got to be honest with you, soundbars aren't generally that great when it comes to playing back music, but we'll tick the box anyway. So without further ado, let's crack on. gotta say it, that was better than I was expecting. Don't get me wrong, nowhere near as good as say a set of bookshelf speakers or even better floor standers and an amp. But for a single soundbar, yeah, not bad at all. Definitely better than the Enchant 900. And what did surprise me was the bass. Now, of course, we haven't got a sub here, but for the speakers it got, it did put out some really decent bass levels. And it sounded crystal clear. As for the volume, as you may have heard, it did fill the room very well indeed. When I pushed it to the higher levels, it did struggle a little bit with the bass. That's where a proper sub would come in handy. But all in, not too bad. You're not going to be really blowing away the neighbours with this sort of setup when it comes to the music side of things. But it's enough to get you by, and as long as you don't push it too high on the volume, then you're not going to embarrass yourself if you have your mates round. So there we have it then, guys. Now don't forget, I've already done the video on the Enchant 900, so if you're looking for a smaller soundbar, then I'll put a link to that video in the description, and I'll put a link above as well. And both soundbars are available from Peter Tyson, and I'll put a link to those in the description. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, then please do us a favour and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't, and hopefully I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Bye for now.